Many residents in this neighborhood believe that the burglars are first coming to the front door of homes and then ringing the doorbell to ensure nobody is inside the house before running to the back of the home to break in. Blowfish baseball is back here at the Lexington County Baseball Stadium, but if you're a fan, don't get your hopes up about attending a game. As of right now, fans are not permitted to enter the stadium due to a new ordinance passed by Governor McMaster. Taking a simple walk through your neighborhood can be one of the easiest ways to relieve stress during these COVID times. Just remember to bring a mask with you in case you run into any familiar faces out here on the trails. Today, the Lexington County coroner released the identity of a man who drowned here at Lake Murray yesterday. 38-year-old Clint Alexander Brown jumped into the water without a life jacket after the wake from a passing boat began to fill up his, causing it to sink. DNR is currently still running an investigation on the incident. To avoid credit card theft at your local gas station, give the scanner a little tug on the credit card reader to ensure it's not fake. Once you're sure the scanner is safe to use, you can then proceed to fill up your gas tank. Thanks, Crystal. It really is starting to feel like fall here in the Midlands. In fact, our first week of October is supposed to be cooler than normal season averages for this time of the year. I'll have your 5-day forecast and more coming up next after the break. When the pandemic first started back in March of last year, parks like these fell silent. But as more and more people are getting vaccinated, the attendance at local parks is beginning to rise. As you can see off to my left, more and more people are showing up to the park as we speak and having a great time with their friends. So it's actually very easy to send a card electronically to a patient over at St. Jude's. You simply select one of the cards provided, select a pre-written message or enter in one of your own, and just put in your information so the patient over at St. Jude's can write back to you. And then you send your card.
Hill with a flag down. Oh, Shi Smith up the ladder, pulls it in for touchdown.
Sunday, Will Muschamp was relieved of his duties as head coach of Gamecock football, leaving many Gamecock fans wondering who's next. Currently, the Gamecocks have a few options in mind, but when talking with sports reporter and anchor Mike Yuva, as well as sports director Mitch Brown over at WACH FOX-57, they believe one head coach stands out.
But Billy Napier is a guy that really just stands out to me. And I think he kind of fits the bill of everything that they're looking for.
I would like to see Billy Napier here in this role here.
Both guys believe Billy Napier, head coach of Louisiana University's Ragin' Cajuns football program, stands out because he is a guy that can put up points and land big-time recruits.
He's a guy that can be able to generate points. I mean, that's the first thing I think of. He's a guy that has a history of being able to land big-time recruits.
You know, I think Billy Napier is a guy that can come in here, can, get good offensive minds in here, can turn that defense around and play a style of defense that benefits the players that they have.
In a press conference yesterday, Gamecock Athletic Director Ray Tanner mentioned that a decision regarding naming the new head coach could be made as early as December 16th. When asked why they thought the program was moving this fast to find Muschamp's replacement, both guys said it was definitely for recruiting purposes.
Recruiting, you have to be able to set the tone in terms of letting guys who have already verbally committed to Muschamp, let them know, like, hey, this is what the direction of the program's going.
We need to get a guy in so that he can talk to these recruits, so that he can keep them solidified in their commitment, so they can figure out if they need to get some last-minute positions in.
Recently, rumors were circulating that three-time national champion and former Ohio State Buckeyes head coach Urban Meyer was in the area. When asked what it would take for the Gamecocks to land a head coach of this status, I was told it was very unlikely.
Get out of here. That never happened. Don't be throwing fake stuff at me, Robbie. I know you saw it on Twitter.
It would take a large paycheck, and it would take 2020 taking another turn that we didn't expect.
So through all the different possibilities, Gamecock fans can be pretty certain that the new head coach will not be Urban Meyer. For Carolina News in Columbia, I'm Robbie Whittle.
J.C. Horn taking it back with a second interception of the game.
Thanks, guys. Earlier today, I caught up with Columbia Fire Department Chief Aubrey Jenkins, who told me the majority of the citations handed out over the weekend were here in 5 Points. Now, 5 Points is normally filled with many students, but the fire chief made it clear to me that he's not specifically targeting students when handing out these citations. At first, it was a verbal warning, but now it's a citation, says Columbia's Fire Chief Aubrey Jenkins regarding people not wearing their masks in public. Last week, the fire department cracked down on those who were not wearing masks, slapping them with citations of $100. When asked why now, Chief Jenkins said it was because people were treating the mask ordinance like a joke and not following the rule.
It was like a joke. You tell somebody to put their mask on, and then as soon as you walk off, they take it right back off. So, this way, it really sends a message that we're serious about this.
At the start of November, Columbia City Council passed a stricter mask ordinance in an effort to get more people to wear their masks. Although many people may not like the new ordinance, Chief Jenkins says his department frequently gets complaints from the public for not writing people's citations. So last weekend, the department decided to act on it.
You got a lot of people that want to feel safe, and when people want to feel safe, we got an obligation to make sure they are safe.
Even though the majority of the tickets were handed out in 5 Points, Chief Jenkins wants to ensure everyone that they are not only focusing on students, but the general public.
I had a person ask me, said, "Why are you writing me a ticket? I'm not a student." And so I had to remind them. I say, "Look, it's not about the students." I say, you ought to know better.
So for now, if you do not wear a mask around town, you run the risk of getting a citation written by the Columbia Fire Department. Now, Chief Jenkins says that he does not want to hand out these mask citations, but thinks it's the best way to get people to start wearing their masks. In Columbia, Robbie Whittle, Carolina News. Back to you guys in the studio.
How we found out, which was through a tweet, that was a surprise.
John Cates, general manager of the Columbia Fireflies, was not surprised that the Mets were cutting ties with the Fireflies. However, he was not expecting to hear the news from a tweet he saw at the same time as the general public.
There are a lot of different options. I think Steve pointed out we want to be
Sandy Alderson, general manager of the New York Mets, first announced in a Mets press conference last week that the organization was dropping their connection with the Fireflies without telling their minor league affiliate in advance. Cates believes the reason Alderson dropped the news in this fashion was due to the pressure of answering questions from the New York media, and is still very thankful for the years the program spent with the New York Mets.
So I'd imagine that's probably not the way Sandy wanted it to go either. But, at the end of the day, we had 12 plus good years with the Mets.
Recently, the MLB has added a new emphasis on having minor league affiliate teams, such as the Fireflies, closer to the major league affiliate team they feed into. The Mets plan on moving their new affiliate to Syracuse, Brooklyn, or Bridgehampton, all of these locations being in the state of New York. The only location outside of New York where they are currently considering moving their affiliate is St. Lucie, Florida, where the Mets have their spring training facility. So even after 12 long years of being affiliated with the New York Mets, it was no surprise that the Mets packed up their bags and left the capital city of South Carolina. Although the Fireflies currently do not have a team, Cates explained that he believes the effects of this will be minimal and says that there is still opportunity to improve.
It's an opportunity for a new beginning. We're coming off of a season that didn't happen. It'd be nice to play 500 baseball or better on a regular basis, and hopefully, whoever's selected to or whoever selects us will be a team in that position.
Cates also said that he expects the Fireflies to become re-affiliated with the minor league team, as it is clearly reflected by the Fireflies' updated bio on Twitter, newly single and ready to mingle. This news has made its way to many fans, leaving them excited to see what the future holds for the Fireflies.
Obviously, I'm sad to see the Mets leaving South Carolina, but maybe the new team will bring us a winning record.
So for now, the future is still glowing for the Columbia Fireflies. For Carolina News, I'm Robbie Whittle.
This one he pulls over the right field wall.
And welcome back to Carolina News. I'm Robbie Whittle, taking a look at your Election Day forecast. Right now, it's about 64 degrees here in the Midlands, But it's only going to get more chilly here tonight as the day progresses. It's going to drop to about 63 at 5 p.m., 61 at 6 p.m., and it's going to drop all the way to 55 degrees at 7 p.m. this evening. Right now in Columbia, we are under sunny skies, humidity's at 21%, and winds are moving south-southwest at about 1 mile an hour. So not too much wind here in the Midlands. Right now, looking across the state, it's a little bit chillier in Rock Hill, but about the same temperature all across the state. A little bit chillier in Myrtle Beach, but that's about it. We're seeing 64 all across the state. Looking at tonight's lows, it's going to be about 42 degrees here in Columbia, a little bit chillier than what we're used to seeing, I would say. 43 over here in Orangeburg, and as we go down south, it's going to heat up a little bit, about 54 in Hilton Head, 50 in Charleston, and 48 in Myrtle Beach. Looking on to tomorrow's highs, though, it's going to get a little bit warmer here in the Midlands, about 71 degrees, 71 in Orangeburg. Cooling off a little bit in Florence, we'll see about 66 degrees, 69 in Myrtle Beach, 73 down in Charleston. That's going to be the warmest area we'll see in South Carolina. And moving on to our 5-day forecast, it's going to be all sunshine Wednesday and Thursday. High of 71 on Wednesday, high of 73 on Thursday. But those clouds are going to start rolling in for the weekend. On Friday, we're going to see partly cloudy skies. Saturday, cloudy skies. And Sunday, some cloudy weather for NFL football. Highs about 75 on Friday, 76 on Saturday, and 75 on Sunday. And that just about wraps up our weather here at Carolina News. Back to you guys in the studio.